What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NFL DFS contenders on DraftKings for Sunday Night Football, Bills and Chiefs. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Head on over to Twitter and follow me, at Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comments section who are your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, shout out to Jock Market for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get a little bit of extra cash on that first deposit up to $50. Can't beat it. Now we round out the bottom of my top 10 with Byron Pringle, McCole Hardman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Emmanuel Sanders, and Travis Kelce on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. And you can see there's not a ton of separation at the top. You're going to want a lot of the following 5 people. We're starting here with Tyreek Hill. He's 10,400, projected for 16.5 fantasy points. Slight favorites, but we know what the matchup is right now. 56.5 point game total looks great. There should be a lot of fantasy scoring. However, this is the number 5 defense at PFF. It's a little scary, I'm not going to lie. But you know exactly what you're getting out of Tyreek Hill. He's either going for a monster game or it's going to be a little bit of a problem. He rarely has these middle ground games. 10% of the time he's going for more than 30. That's not surprising. 17% likelihood he's an optimal captain, plus another 35% at the utility spot, 53% of the time. Slightly more than a coin flip, Tyreek Hill is going to be in the optimal lineup. You just got to be aware of what's around him in that lineup. Next up at number 4, we've got Josh Allen. He's 12,400, projected for 19.5 fantasy points. Gets the better end of this matchup, honestly. Slight dogs, still the same game total, but this is the number 22 ranked defense. He should have a slightly easier time of it, but we're expecting volume one way or the other. Almost a 9% chance to go for more than 30, 11% likelihood he's the optimal captain, plus another 43% at utility. That's where it gets interesting. You normally don't see quarterbacks with such a high utility percentage, but because of the way this slate is set up, and this slate in particular having such high-end talent, whether that's Kelce or Hill or Stefon Diggs, big salaries, it's easier to get Josh Allen in at utility. That's where I like him the most. Now at number 3, if you're looking for value, you can go to Cole Beasley. He is 5,800, projected for 11 fantasy points. You're expecting to get there based on volume. So as you can see on the screen, he doesn't have the same sort of ceiling. 1.8% chance to go for more than 30, but the floor is high and the salary just works. 12% likelihood that he can be an optimal captain, plus another 43% at utility. That gets Cole Beasley to 56% chance to be in the optimal. That's third. Not something that I was expecting when I first started prepping this slate, but 5,800 for Beasley is way too cheap. Speaking of guys that are a bit too cheap, $8,800 Stefon Diggs is my number 2 play. He's projected for 15.5 fantasy points. He gets that better end of the matchup. You know the Bills are going to be throwing a lot. 9% chance that he goes for 30 or more. 19% chance, which I think is very interesting, that he is the optimal MVP. Perfect combination of salary and upside. 41% still at utility. That got Diggs all the way to 60%. I think that looks really good. He's my favorite non-quarterback on this slate. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Hop in the comments section. Let me know who your favorite plays are. And then go check out Jock Market and use that promo code Awesemo for some free money. I almost said loot. Free money. Loot would have worked. Free money on that first deposit up to $50. Closing it out, quite obviously, with Pat Mahomes, 12K, projected for 20 fantasy points. He's the best quarterback on the planet. He's the best football player on the planet. I don't care if anybody else is about to disagree for that one. It's just true. Number 2 offense at PFF. Tough matchup against the number 5 defense. 14% of the time Mahomes is going north of 30 fantasy points. The floor is super low. Only a 3% chance that he has under 10. You got to assume that that's mostly just injury. 19% likelihood that Pat Mahomes is your optimal captain. 46% likelihood that he is optimal in the utility. 65% overall. That's enough to put him at the top. Pat Mahomes is your number 1 contender for tonight's Sunday Night Football game. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders for Sunday Night Football on DraftKings, the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, there's a FanDuel version of this video around here somewhere, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow for another edition of the Contenders.